This is The Pursuit, where top performers in sport tell us what drives them. Brought to you by Audi, the official innovation partner of Sky Sports. Today, we're sitting down with one of England's most exciting footballers. His journey from academy setbacks to Premier League stardom is nothing short of inspiring. Welcome to the podcast, Eberechi Eze. Hello.
Hello.
We're going to start right at the beginning. Well, almost right at the beginning. Certainly in a football sense, we're going to start right at the beginning. And, I think a lot of us will have seen pictures of like the cage football where you started playing and the lessons that you learn from that. I mean, first of all, as a kid, it's just about enjoying it, isn't it?
100%.
But you learn more than that, I think.
Yeah, I would say so. I think growing up in South London, in London, there's as a kid you want to play football. I think that's every kid's dream, and the way that you express that and get the opportunity to express that is in the cages or at local AstroTurfs and stuff like that. So for me, that was sort of where I did my learning, my growing, and spent so many hours on those pitches and just learning about myself, which was now I can see is invaluable for sure.
What are the lessons that stick with you from that, do you think?
I'll probably say resilience is the one that stands out the most. I think you have to be creative, you have to try things, you have to be free and open to making mistakes. And I feel like, the more you're practicing that and honing that skill, I feel like I didn't realise it at the time, but that's definitely stuck with me and been one of the major reasons why I'm in the position I'm in now.
Do you still keep that joy in playing? Is there still a part of you that has that?
Yeah, 100%. I think, for me, I don't think I would play football if I didn't have that joy, if I didn't have that feeling. So when I step on the pitch, I'm stepping on for sure to win and to be the best I can be and perform the best I can be. But ultimately, I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to express myself. I want the fans to get on their feet and be enjoying whatever it is I'm doing and how I'm playing. So I guess I'm a bit of a showman. I call myself that.
Were you that at a young age? Did your friends kind of look at you as being the good one? You can say it now because you're talking about your younger self. It's okay.
Maybe Esther is not me now.
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably say so. I think they knew that I had some sort of gift and was talented. But I would say for sure that's like been my thing. I've always wanted to, when I step on the pitch, I want to be the best player on the pitch. And I want to show everyone that I'm the best player on the pitch. And I do that with how I move and trying things, being expressive, maybe trying things that other people won't try. But that's where I get my joy from. And I think my friends will say that as well.
And you're so close to your family as well. How much of an influence were they on the way that you developed as a person and as a footballer? Yeah,
massive. They've been with me the whole journey from the start. All these cage matches that we're playing, they were there with all of them. So we've grown up together, we've learned together. And more importantly, I don't think I'll be the person I am today. And they do a good job of keeping me grounded and rooted in my relationship with God. So for me, that's the most important thing. As long as I've got them around me and I've got their support, then I'm at peace.
And you had your opportunity at academies, various academies as a young kid, but the first of them was Arsenal. And you learned probably the first hard lesson, which is that it doesn't always work out. Tell me a bit about that. Yeah,
I've gone through the rounds with all the academies in London. At Arsenal, that being my boyhood team, I feel like it was all I knew at that time. And when you're young, that's like, it's all in your imagination, it's all in your mind, and you're really immersed in that. So being released was quite tough. I almost didn't think that was possible at that age. I didn't really know that was a thing. So when it happened, it almost felt like, okay, it's like the end of the world. I don't know what to do with myself. But again, as life goes on, one thing that's stuck with me and I'll never forget is how faithful my parents were and how that faith was instilled in me, and how I've learned from a young age to trust God's plan and to trust that God will make this thing work however it goes, whether it's the plan that's on your mind or whether it's something else it will work its way out. And I had to deal with that from at 13 or so. But yeah, other trials came, other teams came, and I was able to get signed, and okay, rejections and these types of things. But for me, that was a pivotal moment in my football career, yes, but my faith and character building, I feel like that was, yeah, immensely powerful.
Because of the type of player that you are, it seems strange that anybody would have let you go as a kid, because
I wasn't this good when I was young.
Well, obviously you mature and you improve as you get older, but because there is a natural talent there, it seems strange to look at from the outside and think that people wouldn't want to keep you. So at that point, were you thinking, I'm missing something, or were you thinking they've got it wrong?
There's points in that journey, in these different academies, where I would say I wasn't fully expressing myself and wasn't fully being myself. So at Arsenal, I'm comfortable, and that's a version of me. And Fulham, Reading, these are all maybe confidence hit versions of me, I would say, because you're young and you're still trying to work things out and trying to become secure in yourself. After Arsenal, that was the feeling. It was like, I know there's something, I know I've got something, and I know that I've got a gift, and I'm trying to work it out. And in my head, the idea was, okay, you'll see eventually. And it might have been delusional, but I don't know what it was, but I just had this faith in God, this faith in the gift that he had given me, and I just believed that I would be in this position. Now, it wasn't something that because you don't know, and you can't be 100% sure, but my heart told me this, and I could feel this, I could see this, and my friends would talk about it now, like some of the things that I would say at that age probably shouldn't have said it, but it's like, how could you be so sure of that at that age?
So like what would you say?
I don't know if I could say that.
Did you just know you were going to make it? Is that the kind of thing you would say?
It was sort of like a deep confidence in what I believed I could achieve. And yeah, I've had that from young. So what you're saying is true. It's like, although I got released, it didn't feel like it was on me. Of course, there's stuff that I had to improve and things I had to get better at, and I knew that I was being maybe released for those reasons. But I always believed that, okay, maybe you're not seeing the thing that I've got, and eventually you will. And yeah, that's been my heart, I think.
Were you saying things like, I'm going to play in the Premier League and I'm going to score the winning goal in the FA Cup final, and I'm going to make my England debut and I'm going to score for England at Wembley, and that kind of thing?
Yeah, that's a lot. Was I saying those types of things? Maybe, I don't know if I was saying those things. I would say they're things that I hadn't even dreamed of. So even like scoring in the FA Cup final, I don't remember specifically having a dream about that, but I was saying it the other day, I was like, the moment that it happened, it felt like a dream had been realised, and it was like, oh, this is what you were talking about. But I guess it's less to do with the moment itself and more to do with the feeling that I had in that moment. And at the end of the game, it was like, okay, this is what you were talking about when you were 13, 14. So yeah, hugely blessed. Because
there's scoring the goal and there's that moment, and then there's getting through the rest of the game and thinking,
correct.
This is look, this is a huge feeling, but it's got to count for something come 90 minutes.
I'll be honest, I was praying so much during the game. Like, we scored early on, and the game felt like forever. When they added on 10 minutes, it felt like so long. And I just remember like trying to focus on the job that I had to do in the moment, but also like, God, please just give this to us, because you know what it means to us, deeper than just myself, but like the people of South London, the Palace supporters, the families involved, and some of the journeys that not just me, but some of the players have been on. Like, that was the heart behind it, and yeah, special day, man.
Is that going through your head? I mean, especially those last 10 minutes, as you say, but is that actually going through your head while you're on the pitch, all of that?
Yeah, in the moment, it's hard, because I guess in that moment, the emotions are so high, and you want something so bad, so you're probably a bit more all over the place than you are in a normal game. But for me, I could feel all of that so intensely. It was like, okay, focus on what you need to do. And it was like dipping in and out of that mindset, like, okay, you've got to tuck in because your manager's going to shout if you're not there. But also like, I know what this means. So for it to happen, I'm just, again, grateful to God to have the opportunity, and grateful that we were actually able to live it out.
I mean, you get the winning goal scoring moment. And also, if you're, say, an Olympian, it's getting the medal around your neck. If you're a footballer, it's getting your hands on the trophy. What was that moment like?
That was a powerful moment, I think. Again, it was more of that emotion of like, okay, this is what you've dreamed of. This is the feeling that you've wanted for so long. And my friend was talking to me about it. He said, a lot of players play football and they play their whole career and they don't actually get to win anything. So to be able to win something and to also win at Palace, a team that hasn't won anything before, it felt even more special. So again, these things flying all over my mind, and also trying to enjoy the moment as well, which is probably the toughest bit.
Yeah, spending the whole time thinking, remember this.
That's literally it. It's like, I don't want this feeling to end, but I know that it will. And like, what do you do next in your mind? How do you actually process this, and what's the best way to live this out? That was what I was trying to figure out.
Probably the best way to follow it up is to win the next game you play at Wembley and lift another trophy.
Correct. That's another, again, incredible moment, and it's powerful not just because of the moment, and the manager was saying it as well after the game. It's not just the moment, but it's the journey that you've been on, and so many different players would have been on different journeys, come from different places. Guys come from South America and having not a lot, and being in this position now where they can look after their whole family and all these types of things. So it's like, it's the moment, but it's everything else around it as well, which is so powerful.
Yeah, just an incredible moments. And do you understand now on a different level maybe that idea that winning is a habit?
I remember like saying that to myself as we're walking up the little thing. I was like, I can totally understand why people crave this feeling, because it's so powerful, it's so intense, and I can't imagine another way to get that type of feeling. So it's like, you got to live a certain type of way, you got to act a certain type of way to achieve that again and again and again. And I feel like, yeah, it sort of opened my eyes to a different perspective of winning. Obviously never having won a major trophy before, so definitely a different perspective.
Winning a trophy does something.
Yeah.
It can change a player, it can change a club in a way that progression through the league maybe doesn't do.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you've won something, you've got the experience of doing it. So you may not know exactly how, but you've got an idea of what it takes to do it again and to replicate it, which is what everyone's trying to do. And I've certainly felt that shift in myself. The most important thing in that is probably the confidence that it brings. It's like, we've done it before. And in anything, I think if you've got a task or you've got a challenge and you're trying and it's taken a really long time to achieve it, once you do it, it's almost like you broke that barrier. So to do it again, it doesn't feel as difficult as the first time. So definitely shifts something inside you for sure.
Talking of firsts, what about getting your call up for England and going and being part of that setup? What's that like to go into? Is it a bit sort of first day at school, or do you kind of look around for familiar faces? What's it like? So
I was fortunate that I had a few guys with me that I knew and had relationships with, so it was cool. I was welcomed into the team quite easily. But yeah, it is different. It's like when I first went to Palace, it's like it's new, people don't really know you, they've heard about you, they know that you're good at football, you're good at whatever. So you're going in as the new guy and you've got loads of eyes on you, so it's a bit weird, but it's...
Are people judging you, or do you feel that people are judging you?
I've learned that you probably think people are judging you more than they actually are. So like, they've all been in that same position before, being the new person, so it's like they understand, they know, and yeah, it's probably not as serious as what you think it is, but you have to sort of try and deal with that. And have the best perspective on that as possible. But for me, I found it fun because it's, you know, it's like another moment of my journey where I was like, this is validation of the stuff that I'm sure I said and I believed and I knew that it was possible. I remember under 16s when players were getting called up and going to tournaments with England and stuff like that. I remember like, I need that. I need to achieve that, and that's just part of the journey for me.
When did you get your kit, and how were you given your kit? Because that's quite a big thing.
How was I given my kit?
The reason I ask you that is because when Ian Wright got his first England call, I can't remember who he got called up with, and the two of them were rooming together because they were the new boys, and they put their kits on and bounced on the bed together and got thoroughly kind of overexcited by it, and that's kind of... But I think it might be a bit different now.
No, it's the same. You walk into your room and you've got your kit and the training kit, all that stuff lined out. So, but to be fair, that feeling's probably about right. I wasn't bouncing around the bed, but I was like... Did
you try it on?
I did put it on, and it was like, again, another like moment of like, you've actually, God's brought you here to this moment, and you've probably got I think I had a meeting or lunch or something like that, and I was just like, I don't even want to leave this room right now. I just want to enjoy this moment putting on the kit. So it is special. It is special, and something that I'm grateful for.
When you talked about, you know, being young and looking at players getting called up at various age levels for England, what's it like to be part of a tournament? Because it's not the same as being in a club environment. It's a very different sort of dynamic, I suppose, within the group.
Yeah, I'll say completely different. I think you experience a little bit of it when you're younger and you go on, like the academies go on tournaments to like France or Spain or whatever, and you're facing all these different teams. So there was that feeling to it, but yeah, I haven't experienced something like the Euros before where it's like, it feels like it felt like this anyways. I don't know if that's true. I don't think it's true, but it feels like everything that you're seeing, talking about is this and nothing else is important, which is definitely wrong, I think, but it feels like that.
Well, it's true for you. It's true for the guys inside the camp.
Yeah, it feels like that. It feels intense, but again, another incredible experience and opportunity. Again, these are for me opportunities to showcase the gift that I've been given at this level, and for me, that's the most important thing.
And there's a World Cup coming up as well.
Correct.
Next thing on the horizon? Next ambition on the horizon?
For sure, you want to play at the World Cup. I think that's actually a dream of every single kid. Yeah. Going to the World Cup and looking at the trophy, getting to lift the trophy, that is the biggest. So for sure, that's the aim, to get to the World Cup, to be playing at the World Cup, to be fit and to enjoy that experience as much as possible.
Yeah, but I did notice you said lifting the trophy as well. That's kind of that's the height of your ambitions. That's kind of it sort of explains what you were saying earlier about being a kid and talking in terms of those big dreams. There's no point in having small dreams.
I guess it's all relative. I think, yeah, people are wired different, but I feel like in football, or not just football, but in anything that's competitive, it feels as if that drive is there and it's almost in your being as a character, as part of you. And I don't want to play or do anything if I'm not going to win, and I want to win everything. So that's my mentality. That's how I've always been. So that'll be my mindset going into whatever tournament, any competition I'm playing. It's like, I want to be the best and I want to win, full stop.
And that's on a big scale, but on a sort of weekly scale, is that your mentality going into every game as well? Does it have to be, or can there be some sort of room for manoeuvre in that?
I'll say I struggle with that because
you're human.
Yeah, that's number one.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's impossible to be the best every single time and to win everything. But my mindset is, even if I'm injured or if I'm carrying something or whatever it is, I still believe that I've got what it takes to be the best. So that's always what I'm aiming for. And I feel like at this level of competition anyways, if you don't have that, the next person will, and chances are if they've got it and you don't, you lose. So I feel like that's just part of my makeup now.
You talked earlier about that kind of the sort of natural talent and that God-given gift, and also the need to work on that as well. So what do you think that the balance is for you now between what's innate and what's learned?
I've got a responsibility and an obligation to maximize this gift that I've been given. So I know that I don't know how much of it, I don't know how to quantify it or whatever it is, but I know I've been given something, and it's up to me to work at it every single day, to practice every single day, to improve it as much as possible till my legs don't work, till I can no longer do it. Because ultimately I believe and I know that this gift wasn't for me, it's for me to serve others. So for example, when I'm playing, again, that's why I feel so passionately about like expressing myself, because when I'm playing, when I'm running with the ball, when I'm doing whatever I'm doing, yes, it's for me and my team to win, but it's like there's people in the crowd that are watching. This might be their only game, their only opportunity to watch me play football. And it's not that I'm so special, but it's like I want them to leave knowing that I've shown them something, I've done something, and that's like, I feel like I've been called to inspire people. So that's the heart behind the way I think and how I operate. So for me, to maximize this gift, to become the best I can possibly be, so that when people watch me, they can see, right, he's emptied his gift, he's done everything he possibly can to maximize this. And for me, that's the most powerful thing I think I can possibly do.
We're going to build together.
Yeah, here we go.
But, 99% you. I'm just going to ask the questions. We're going to build the perfect footballer. We're going to take elements of some of the greatest players of all time, in the same way as Audi brings together ambitious design, advanced technology, powerful performance to create cars that thrill and impress. We are looking for intelligence, performance, and precision.
Okay. Nice.
If you want, you can include yourself. At any stage of this, you can. And if not, we can look at where you might come into that player later on. But we're going to start with vision and intelligence and who has the best football brain.
Messi.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you want me to explain?
Ideally, we've got a podcast to film.
Sorry, forgive me. Yeah, Messi, I feel like he's, from everyone that I've heard that has either played with him or played against him or anything like that, they all say that he's almost playing a different sport. And that hits me every time, because it's like I'm working so hard to do what I do, and to think that he's at a level where he's almost seeing the game from bird's eye view. He knows where people are. He's taken on information that the average player isn't taking on, so it allows him to play passes and to do things that people just don't see. So yeah, I think it'd be crazy not to give it to Messi.
Yeah. Technique and skill, who do you think's got the best touch?
I might say Messi for every single question that you
I tell you what you could do.
First touch.
Yeah. So how much of a first touch then is about what you see coming in the game? Because I think they're related, aren't they? When it comes to Messi, you've got to be able to do it, but you've also got to be able to. This is it. To know where it's going next.
I don't want to be boring, but I feel like I'm gonna have to say Messi again, because he's processing. I don't think people actually understand how difficult that is he's processing information at a level that no one is doing, and then executing things based on that information. So he's touching the ball in certain places that he knows that, like, he's almost like doing science on the pitch. Like, he knows you can't reach here, so I'm going to put the ball. He might not say he's doing that, but I'm saying he's operating.
He might not be able to sit down and write the equations.
There you go.
But he's doing it instinctively.
In his head, he's calculating things like that. So yeah, first touch. Yeah. Gonna have to be Messi again.
I've got one you might not pick him for.
Okay.
Speed.
He's fast, you know.
and he's quick in his head as well. That's the other one.
He is very fast. Okay.
Speed and agility. I mean, could you go for Mbappe if you wanted to put?
I think Mbappe, you know.
Yeah.
Again, he's another one that I've spoken to people and they've said very similar. But even when you watch him, you can see he's scary fast. He's frightening. You don't want to be up against him. I think I'm going Mbappe.
mentality and leadership. Who's got the strongest mindset? Everybody's got a will to win, but like that real intensity.
I think you got to give that to Ronaldo now. He's almost been the blueprint for any player that wants to improve and to get better. If you want to learn how to achieve something and become the best version of yourself, I think he's probably the one to look at. And he talks about it a lot. You can see how he lives his life. That's another thing. He talks about it, but by what he's done and what he's actually achieved, you can see he's not just talking about it, he's living it out. And that's probably something that most people struggle with. We all say things that we want to do and don't really quite live up to it. But yeah, he's one person that you can see in this area of his life anyways, he's living out for sure. What
would you add of yours then, if you could?
What would I add to that player?
Yeah, to this player that we've created that is basically Messi with a sprinkle of other people. But yeah.
It's Messi.
Well, basically, what would you bring to Messi?
What can I add to Messi? That's a bad question. Let's not say add to Messi.
Do you know what I was thinking as well? I was thinking of even, like, look, he's on a different level, but I was thinking even things like that are, just keeping the joy of the game. He looks like he still loves it. There's still
that's what I was going to try
all
and add
of
to.
Those things again. But there's all those things about, and remembering who's watching you and making sure you leave nothing out there. But he does all of that as well.
He's doing all of it. I don't think there's many things missing from Messi. But I would say, okay, I'm just going to describe a strength of mine, and he doesn't need to be added to him. But I would say, for me, that's it. It's being able to enjoy this thing that you're doing as much as possible. So, yeah, be free, no fear of mistakes. But he doesn't care about making mistakes as well. Yeah, it's Messi, man. That's it.
He is a player built for excellence on the pitch. Performance by design, just like Audi. So obviously the second most well-known thing about you is that you're really good at chess.
Apparently.
But I love this, that every time a footballer has a hobby that is vaguely intellectual, everybody...
It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody goes, what?
The bar's low.
But does it translate onto the pitch? Is there a way of thinking? Does it train your mind in a way, do you think?
I think it trains your mind. I don't know. I think in a sense it does, because you're trying to work out a puzzle, basically. You're trying to figure something out. And I think, speaking about Messi, it's like you can see he's figuring out patterns in the game. So I guess it may help with that. I haven't experienced it directly, and on top of that, I've been reminded that I'm not actually that good at chess. Someone's just joined our team, Bruno Souza, and he's like, yeah, levels, man.
That was my next question, is who do you play against?
Yeah, I play against him, and he's killing me every day. Every day I try to face him, he's on a different level. So I'm like, I guess I'm good for the media, but I'm not actually that good.
And also, probably you're going to get better now.
Yes.
If you play against better opponents.
Correct. I'm practicing a lot. I'm spending a lot of time playing. So I should get good soon.
If you could speak to your younger self, what age would you go back to and what would you say?
I think I'm going 15, 16. I think I'm saying, or I'm affirming that belief that he had, like, quietly in himself, and he probably wouldn't say it out loud so much. You say it to a few people, but not blaring it. But I would affirm that belief, like that thing that you believe that maybe people aren't seeing is true, and continue as you are, man.
Because your interests aren't just in football. Like you said, you want to go out and you carry that responsibility that it might be someone's first game, or it might be the only time they see you play, and you want to deliver for them. But you do that outside of the game as well with the Eze Foundation, which you started in 2024, and you have the Invitational, and you have all those kind of different events. Why is that so important to you?
I'll say it's important, not just to me, but to my family, and big respect to my older brother, Eberechi. If it wasn't for him, I don't think the foundation would be in the place that it is today. Him and the team that we have that are just spearheading everything. I think without them, it wouldn't be in a place that it is. So I'm grateful to them. I think it's something that we've had on our hearts as a family for a long time. And the main thing is we know what it's like. We've come from the same place. We know what it feels like to be in those positions, to not have boots, to have to be ask your parents to pay for boots and maybe not be able to afford them. And the main thing is giving them what we know they need, giving them as much as we can possibly get, because we're in a position now where we get boots for free, we get all the stuff that we needed when we were younger. So it's like, okay, if you want to be with us and work with us, you got to support the cause that we're working with. And yeah, we just want to support and help young people see as much, be exposed to as much as possible, to see that there's more to life than just where they are at and what's going on. Because it's not just about football as well. It's like, we want them to know what type of jobs there are at Sky Sports or jobs there are at New Balance or Burberry or whatever it is. We want them to know that there's more. And as long as we can do that, we will.
Yeah, just open the world up to them.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's amazing how the world works, as you say, in that when you've got everything, everybody wants to give you more.
Yep, correct.
But when you're looking for it, it can be harder to come by.
That's the most, for me, that's always been the thing. It's like, I say boots because that's the thing that resonates with me the most. It's like when I was young, the way I would crave a new pair of boots, and probably unnecessarily because my boots may have been fine or whatever, but say I didn't have a pair of boots and I would ask my parents to buy them and they couldn't afford them. Now that we're getting so much and people are giving us all sorts of stuff for free, we know the people that actually need it more than anything. So we need to, one, we need to give that stuff back, and then two, we need to help them on their journey and fulfilling their potential and whatever it is that they want to achieve and be good at, and wherever their talent is, we want to help them on that journey, which is, again, I feel one of the most powerful things we can do as people in our position.
What about your journey? What's next for you? How do you decide on your next step? How do you judge where you are as a player, where your place in football is? Do you do that by, looking at your own performances? Do you look at how you perform against other teams? Do you look at how you perform on, the national stage when you're playing for England? What are you looking at?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably a mix of all of that. I think you're always assessing where you are on your journey and comparing, in a sense, not in the normal sense, but I'm competing against people at a certain level, and you can gauge where you're at. And I guess you're always on that journey, you're always trying to figure it out. I feel like I'm in a place now where I'm mastering something. I feel like I'm mastering something. I feel like I'm on the journey still, but further along than I was 2 years ago. So, of course, you want to achieve more. That's the feeling as I spoke about before. You want to win everything possible, any competition I'm in. I want to win it and I want to be the best, and that's the heart behind it. But I'm also content in the fact that I know what God has for me will come. And whatever that means, whether that's this competition, that competition, whatever it is, I'm at peace because I trust God, and I believe that as things have worked out before when I was younger, this club, that club, didn't know where I was going, what was happening, it's got me here. So I can be at peace knowing that, okay, as long as I'm focused on honing this skill, becoming the best version of myself, and continue to invest in this, things will work themselves out.
But how nice to have been the kid when doors were closed to being the adult where doors are opening and there are opportunities for you.
Yeah, I think, so as I was saying, my mum speaks about that quite a bit. I think just deeply grateful to be in this position and thanking God every single day that I wake up and get to live this out. And I know that it's Him that's given it to me, because I know that there's people that have worked hard, there's people that have prayed, but for some reason it's me, and I can't directly put my finger on why, other than the fact that God said so. You, as I said before, the responsibility, the obligation to maximize this position I am in, and just to share the love of God. That's what I feel is in me.
But you knew when you were young that something was coming.
Yeah.
what's next for you? What do you feel is on your horizon?
Similar feeling to before when I was younger. I feel like I think trophies. I think about trophies now, and now that I've won 2, it feels like this is what I'm trying to achieve. This is what I want to achieve, and that's the trajectory of my journey. I don't know how it will come. I don't know what setbacks may come, because of course that's life, and we know how that goes. And God gives you tests as well. It's not just all rosy. So I feel that's in my heart. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to achieve. And again, being the best player that I can possibly be, the best person I can possibly be, and to continue to inspire people, man. Because for me, that's, as much as winning trophies is cool, and these things are cool for yourself in a sense, the more powerful thing is what you can do for other people. So that's where I'm at.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on The Pursuit, brought to you by Audi, the official innovation partner of Sky Sports. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube and followed on your favourite podcast platform so you don't miss an episode. And we look forward to seeing you next time on The Pursuit.